Don't forget to pencil the Onda Show in your calendar. The program airs Thursday nights at 7 p.m. and then again on Sundays at 5 p.m. here on CRN Live. Thank you for tuning in to the Onda Show with your host, DeeDee Blase, here on this great radio station. The Onda Show is a variety show specializing in the entertainment world in music, movies, television, sports, and other specialties. For the next hour, DeeDee will bring you some interesting interviews to entertain and educate. So, if you're listening to this program at home or at the office, your smartphone, or your car, let's begin with DeeDee Blase on the Onda Show.
This is DeeDee Garcia Blase with the Onda Show, a brand new show that shines a spotlight on Chicanos and Latinos and anybody who wants to work with our community. And we are going to begin our very first show highlighting women in entertainment, actresses and directors. And we're going to start my show with Liliana Patricia Solis, who is an up-and-coming Texas actress, dancer, model, and a Chicana activist. She grew up in a small town in Atascosa, Texas, barefoot and climbing trees. Liliana found her passion for dance when she was fortunate enough to study under well-known Teresa Champion and her dance academy. Her passion for the art of flamenco and the rhythm of castanets, Liliana was accompanied by the late and world-renowned El Puro, where her passion turned into a genuine love of dance. Also an athlete, Liliana was discovered at a local mall at the age of 12 and started print modeling for a major department store. After high school, Liliana balanced college life and a newly found love for the medical field until a life-changing event sent her down a different path. In 1994, she joined the U.S. Army, where she was a corrections officer and a combat medic. But PTSD had a different plan for her. A sexual assault survivor, she overcame prescription addiction and alcoholism. Born Patricia Solis, she is a survivor of life, and now in her second act of life, she is pursuing her lifelong dream of acting. Only 3 months in, and she's appeared in Season 2 of Robert Rodriguez's From Dusk Till Dawn television series, as well as HBO's The Leftovers, both airing in August and September of this year. She also has one commercial under her belt, airing in Austin in late October, and she remains an activist for Chicano civil rights as well as being an avid animal rights activist. Welcome to the show, Liliana.
Thank you, DeeDee. Thank you so much. It's wonderful to be with you.
Yeah, well, let's start out with Robert Rodriguez, one of my heroes.
That's right. That's a good way to start out. Let me tell you, girl.
When can we see you, and what can you tell us?
Okay, well, what I can tell you is that everybody's going to be blown away. This man is amazing. Everything that he did and what I saw was amazing. You can see me starting August 25th on El Rey Network. Again, that's El Rey Network. That's Robert Rodriguez's network, of course. And you can see me throughout the season. I play a couple of different characters. I don't want to give too much away. But I lead a group of people who I'm trying to help escape from getting eaten up by all of the culebras. And I'm also part of another group that is cutting up meat to feed to the culebras, too. So I get to play two different sides in the show, which is really fascinating. But to watch Robert Rodriguez was just the biggest thing for me, honestly. Just to be in his presence was amazing.
When's the big day? The big day in August.
August 25th. That's on the pilot season. You will see me on the pilot season. I am actually going, so do not miss August 25th, because you will see my face, and then you'll see me throughout the next couple of shows throughout the season. You'll see me here and there.
What was it like, working on the Dusk Till Dawn television series?
It was unbelievable. Robert Rodriguez has been one of my biggest heroes for a long time, mainly because he's Chicano and because he's from Texas. He's a San Antonian also, like myself. But to watch him work is something like you will never experience. His movies, I love every single one of them. I think I own his whole collection. I actually have every one of his movies. But to watch him and just see how he works, that's what I was most amazed by and impressed by when I was on his set. And he's such a professional, such a professional.
He seems like it. I interviewed him in California, and he's just pretty hardcore. What's your favorite Robert Rodriguez film? Mine is Desperado with Antonio Banderas, the Chingon mariachi killing the bad guys. What was yours?
Nice. Mine is Once Upon a Time in Mexico, girl. That's my favorite. I could watch that movie every day. Seriously.
That's funny. And you're going to be on HBO's The Leftovers.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, well, I have, I'm going to be through, now, The Leftovers I'm on a lot more than I am going to be on From Dusk Till Dawn. And The Leftovers is a great, great show. You don't want to miss out on it. And if you can, try and catch up with on season 1, which is already out on Netflix. So you can catch up. And the actual premiere, the season pilot for The Leftovers is October 4th. I misspoke earlier when I said it was going to be September, but it's actually October 4th. And I'm also on the pilot season of The Leftovers, and you'll see me throughout the entire season of The Leftovers. And we're still filming, so I can't give away too much, but it's going to be an explosive season, and it's really going to start bringing a lot of things, tying a lot of things together as what we may have missed on season 1, you know. And I can give a brief synopsis of the Leftovers if you'd like, or we can just...
Yeah.
Okay, well, basically it's literally about one day in New York. An entire half of the population just disappears. Families, you know, babies go missing, fathers, wives. It's not even the entire families. It's just a faction of people. And these leftovers, and that's literally what they are trying to figure out why they're the ones that are being left here. Why did they get left? Why did their loved ones get taken away? And in season 2, you get into more of what's, you know, how everyone is handling it, you know, the different factions and groups that are formed and what it's really like, the reality of a cataclysmic event like this taking place.
Okay, October 4th.
Yes, ma'am.
What commercial is going to be airing in Austin later on this fall?
Oh, my commercial, yeah. It's actually for an attorney there in Austin. Ted Lorenz is his name. And
Well, props to him, Ted.
Ted Lorenz. Lorenze. So give him a call if you need an attorney.
You're still doing commercials.
I know, right? Hey, I'm an actress. That's what I do.
So I'm very glad to see, just in explaining your bio to Radioland out there, what kind of survivor that you are. What message do you have for people out there? What keeps you going, Liliana?
Well, first of all, I want to say that you are awesome. I just got to say that because you are. You have been my biggest motivator, truthfully, DeeDee, in a lot of things. I've been following you for a while and watching your work, and you are a prime example of what I'm about to say, and that is that you can overcome anything. You can survive anything. You just have to believe it, and you have to want it. And even in your darkest hours, there is light. You just have to want to find it, and you have to want to see it. And you're welcome. No, you're welcome. I'm really serious, and I'm proud to be Chicana, and I'm proud that, you know, to have you as my hermana. I couldn't be more proud. But to all my other Chicana hermanas and just sisters in general, just because we're a sisterhood in general when it comes to surviving certain things in life. And I just want to say that you can do it. There is hope. You can do it. Don't lose it. Don't give up. Keep on keeping on.
What are your aspirations in entertainment? What do you want to accomplish? What's burning in your soul? I mean, because I see you doing a lot of good for animals and, you know, animal abuse and, you know, as a Chicana civil rights activist también. What other aspirations do you have?
My biggest aspiration, DeeDee, is to bring Chicanas to the forefront of the entertainment industry. I want America to see the beauty in us and in what we have to offer. And I want to be a great actress. I don't even want to call myself an actress yet because I take it that serious. It's a craft. It's a craft, and I know that's going to take years of perfecting, but I want to bring entertainment to the world. I'm a big ham, and I love making people laugh, and to me, that's a lot, because there were so many times when I could have used a good laugh, when I could have used, someone to make me smile, and I just want to give all of that back. I have so much love, so much compassion, and for the whole world, but especially for our plight as Chicanos. As you mentioned, I truly am a huge animal activist. I really, really am very, very loud about that. If you look at my Facebook page, you know how serious I am about animal abuse and cruelty and things like that, and about our plight, like I said, as Chicanos and Chicanas.
And speaking of Facebook, where can our audience get a hold of you? On Twitter, Instagram, Facebook? Do you have a website?
I don't have a personal website. You can find me on Facebook at Liliana Patricia Solis, just like that. Mm-hmm. And my Twitter handle is at Love, L-U-V, August, like the month August, and Lou, L-U. So it's at Love August Lou.
You got it. Can we see you performing flamenco dancing anywhere on YouTube World? Or I'm kind of curious about that.
Actually, it's funny you mention that, DeeDee, because I'm going to be starting back up with Teresa. And hopefully I'm going to be continuing that as an adult for a while. I missed it. Dance is something that really, truly healed my soul. And I think dance healed a lot of wounds that I had. And I'm going to get back into dancing with that. But I want to try and find some footage, because there's a lot of footage of me dancing with Teresa and performing all over the place. And I can definitely find all of that and send you that. I wish there was a YouTube site that I had where I could send you so you could see that. But, yeah.
Very cool. Well, maybe you're going to be working on some future projects, and I'd love to have Teresa on the show.
Oh, that would be fantastic. She is an amazing woman. She is. And actually, I also have a couple more projects coming up. I just got cast for season 2 of American Crime, so I'm very excited about that. We start filming August 25th. I apologize. I keep getting the months mixed up. August 25th. And so that films all the way through December. So I'm really excited about that. That's going to be my first time on American Crime. So I'm looking forward to it.
Very cool. Congratulations on that.
Thank you. And I also have an upcoming short film that I'm up for the lead character. So fingers crossed that that will work out too, because it sounds like a really, really good project and a good film. It's got a really nice storyline that just it matches me perfectly. It's really cool.
Very cool. We're going to be following you. I know I am, and it's just really neat to see beautiful Chicana actresses up and coming just really shine. And I hope to have you again on the show.
Awesome. That would be awesome, DeeDee. I would love it. This is groundbreaking. It really is, to have as many Latins and Chicanas on at the same time. That's pretty amazing.
I've been meditating. Cool. I love powerful women. I had no idea how much they influenced me until I was meditating on the music that I grew up with.
We'll return in a moment with the Onda Show as we cover the entertainment world. Need to get away for a while to rejuvenate? Then consider a vacation house in the beautiful East Valley of Mesa, Arizona, near a variety of water parks, rivers, and lakes, and other types of entertainment to wash the stress away. Just go to www.redmountainstay.com to get started on your vacation arrangements, or call 480-436-9005 to reserve your stay. Also a great idea for Arizona residents wanting a vacay stay. Corporate housing is also available. Ask your representative for more details.
A message from George Lopez.
Today's library is not what you remember. It's even better. Want to research your next vacation? Get homework help? Write a resume? Surf the web? Or maybe you just want to curl up with your favorite book and enjoy some peace and quiet. It's all here. It's all at your library.
A message from the American Library Association's campaign for America's libraries.
A public service announcement from your friends at CRN Live.
We're back with more of the Onda Show with your host, DeeDee Blase.
This is DeeDee Garcia Blase with the Onda Show, a show that shines a spotlight on Chicanos, Latinos, and anybody who's willing to work with our community. And with me today is Lourdes Colon. She's a beautiful actress who is the CEO of StarAngel Film Productions. It's a new production company with a completed film under its belt. When Colon and LaVoy decided to open up a production company, they did so with an idea that films move, touch, and inspire the world. Lourdes Colon is an actress with an impressive resume already under her belt, and she knew that she wanted to make a difference for the world, and she always thought that she would do this through her acting. Lourdes and Chris created SFP with this ideology at its heart. While Create Option C was the company's first film, the company already has 2 more documentaries in different stages of development. Second Chance, a working title, is another personal documentary of Christina Colon, Lourdes and Chris's youngest daughter, and her rise from her own near-death experience to a fully realized life. Naturally is a documentary that explores the various ways that people have cured themselves from a wide range of life-threatening ailments using only natural methods to heal themselves. StarAngel Film Productions is also working on 2 narrative films in early development. Welcome to the show, Lourdes.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
What are the projects that you're working on today?
Thank you. There's so many. There's one that we're working on actually currently. It's an actual short film that will become a feature film because we have both already ready to shoot. So we started shooting the trailer for that, and that's called October 6th, which is one of the films that we really enjoy doing because it's really about getting people, the theme and the message in it is really has to do with how we, our past affects our present because we don't let go of the past and how we become different according to who we're in front of. So it's really, you have to see the concept. It's going to be, we'll be bringing out the trailer out within a week from today so that soon people can then see the trailer, see what we're up to and what's going on. There's another film that I did in February called Crave the Fast Life. It's a feature film that will be premiering in September. I don't know exactly the day. I just know it's September, and then it will come out in November. And that one was awesome, amazing. It's, I play the mom who ends up battling cancer, coincidentally. And I kind of try to get my son to do the right thing because he's getting into that fast life, and I'm trying to gear him to, which has got a great message of what really matters in life and how we can accomplish those things in life. So through the film, I'm kind of like the Jiminy Cricket in the film, and then he does a full turnaround, and I won't tell you why. I don't want to give the whole giveaway, but it's a great film. And there's quite a few things that is going on right now that we're really excited about.
I see that Create Option C received a prestigious award from the Los Angeles Women's International Film Festival. That's a pretty big deal.
Oh yeah, that was awesome. It's won a few awards. That was the first award we got was at the Women's International Film Festival, and it's been doing really well. I mean, it's been going to film festivals. I've gotten a couple of offers for distribution, so I'm kind of just weighing that out while it's still going to the film festival. I've been selling out a lot at the film festivals where on one we had 150 people there, another one was 250. So it's been really well received, and it's changed a lot of lives. I get a lot of people inboxing me on more information on what they can do if they're battling cancer. So it's been an amazing privilege, and then it's been like gratitude that I've been able to help so many people fight the good fight.
Have you had any letters written to you or to your company by women who have beat breast cancer with the help of this movie as an inspiration to try other options?
Well, actually, what they have done is they've inboxed me a lot. I get a lot of email messages and a lot of inboxes from many who, have thanked me. They have really taken it on, and it's changed their complete life. And many I've gotten rid of cancer already, and not just breast cancer, many cancers. Like I had actually Hodgkin's lymphoma, which is cancer in the lymphatic system. But I was able to help those that not just dealing with breast cancer or Hodgkin's, but many with liver cancer and pancreatic cancer. And I actually ran into a friend of mine whose father was fighting pancreatic cancer prostate cancer. And I told him all the things he needed to do. Like, these are the things you can do. Do what me. This is what I would do. And so he took it on. He helped me, like, literally brought out the stuff for his dad. His dad took it on, and his dad is still cancer-free and doing really well.
What's that inboxed message that you received from somebody that just really that made you weepy and brought you to tears? Is there a note that you can recall that you can share?
Yeah, there was one that really it was heartbreaking. They all are, but just some are just more in depth, especially when they're young and they have a young child and they're battling. There was one that I will always keep in my heart where she did all the stuff that, the regular conventional Western medicine. And after going through all that, contacted me because they had given her a few months to live. And so she goes, I don't know if I should keep fighting or, because she wants to fight for her son because he was only 4 and 3 or 4 years old. And so I said, you fight to the last breath, girl. And so we talked, and I was able to help her raise funds to get her. I mean, the damage that they did conventionally was so severe that it was going to be a miracle if she came out of it because it was that far gone of what they did. I mean, they removed pretty much her stomach, the majority of her intestinal area. And considering that the intestine is where the majority of your immune system is to help you fight in the first place, to remove a lot of that is like failure to fight. And then to have your stomach removed where you need to nourish your body so that it can rise the immune system and fight and put anti-cancer things into the body to fight it, made it even more difficult. But the beauty is that I was able to at least help her. Instead of dying in 3 months, she was extended to 9 months. And me personally, I think the only thing that took her there as well was only because when she couldn't get enough nutrition in her body because she was so weak, because she gets chapped the stomach. Instead of going to the hospital, because when your body's weak, what your body needs is nutrition. It needs the nutrients, it needs the minerals, it needs the vitamins, it needs those things that help the body fight and get strong. And that's what makes you strong. But what they usually do is when you go there, they give you these IVs where it's just got like too much potassium or these isolated things that make you swell up, and it kind of advances the stage of cancer. So it doesn't really help you. It just kind of finishes you off faster. And then they pump you up with all these meds that keep you in a state where you're almost like comatose. So then you eventually just die because your lungs aren't going to be strong enough for that kind of stuff, especially if you're weak. So I personally think she could have stuck it out longer if that were and beat it. Personally, my own thoughts. If she didn't have to go there and have them give her something to give her strong, it's like they're not giving her the right thing. So, but while she was before she got into hospital, while she was doing things that I helped get to her, it did, extend her life for 9 months, which was nice. It's just that when her body really needed more nutrition, through the IV, she didn't get that. She got the wrong stuff. And that's where I think Create Options is all about, is really educating people on how to take control of your life, get your life back, beat it, and stay healthy and alive. And, and the things you can do and say when you are in a hospital. So it's like I took my life, which I had like a week left to live, and I turned it around. And that was 4 years ago, and I'm standing here cancer-free, healthy as ever. In fact, I'm healthier today than I was before I ever even got sick because of the way I changed my whole life.
Wow. Where can a person see this movie, this very important? I'm sold now. I haven't seen the movie, but I will if you tell me how I can, is it on Amazon? Is it on Netflix? What can we do to watch it?
Well, it is working at film festivals. It looks like I might be getting into another film festival because I just got an email today, which won't show till March of next year. But one of the distributors who are interested, we are working to see if we can get it released sooner. And if that's the case, then we just won't go into film festivals. But my goal is really to get it distributed all around the world. So right now, the only you can see is really the trailer, or if it happens to be a film festival, they can actually go to it. I keep things updated on my Facebook page and along with my web page.
Well, so for now, our listeners can find you on Facebook and on Twitter. Can you give us your handles?
Oh yes, you can find me on Facebook, which is Lourdes Colon, or you can find me on Twitter, which is Lourdes, and then instead of my whole last name, it would be at Lourdes COL. So it's Lourdes at LOURDES COL, and that's where you'd find me. Which you would also find me with that same thing on Twitter on Periscope, which I time to time go on video there, and you can see me live talking, and if you have any questions, I'll be able to answer it through there too.
Great. Well, if anybody is interested in finding out more about Create Option C, a documentary about beating the odds of cancer is one way of looking at it, please follow Lourdes Colon on Twitter and on Facebook, and you'll have access to her website. She's the CEO of StarAngel Film Productions, and after following our interview, you're going to hear a trailer from this movie. And again, once again, Lourdes, thank you for appearing on the show. I believe you're a beautiful Latina actress, and it's my prayer that this film is heard throughout the world. Just hearing you, and I sense your passion about overcoming cancer through other methods. It's very powerful. I could feel it.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Well, earlier tonight, you saw an up-and-coming actress getting her big break on the hit CBS drama Without a Trace. Lourdes Colon was discovered by CBS executives at a showcase for minority actors last year.
Momo, say hi. Get away, say hi.
Lourdes experienced some odd health issues, like some weird things. She had a lump in her breast, and other weird things were happening.
And then she's telling me, you have Hodgkin's lymphoma. Watch the tumor. Gonna move it? Gross, huh?
She started to talk to me about alternative treatments.
But then we found out she was going to do it all natural. And I was so pissed off. I was so angry. It's like, why?
I was really afraid. I was really afraid of anything that wasn't the normal.
The 3-week study course that I completed was literally learning nutrition and how it works with your health, with your body.
I think it was a great idea to do it naturally.
Western and alternative. You know, take the best of both worlds.
And option C is doing the research, listening to your body, and finding out what works with your body.
She knew the cancer was there. I couldn't really understand it. And she essentially was sacrificing herself to show people, to prove to people that that's what happens, that it is poisonous.
I went in there and I thought that one way to really be part of a difference, to really be that difference in the world, is that I have to show the difference.
It wasn't as effective this time. It was just as though she had so much poison in her body at this point from the radioactive sugar that she just wasn't seeing the results that she was seeing before.
And I figured if I can spread it and then knock it out again, I'm good.
Within 24 hours of Lourdes having her PET CAT scan, she started exhibiting really bad side effects. She developed what we later called the baby head, which was basically a tumor underneath her right armpit that got so large that it looked like a baby's head was trying to poke out of her armpit.
You know, I thought the only thing I was going to have to fight was cancer. That was it. I got to fight cancer. No big deal.
Let's continue the program in a minute. You're listening to The Onda Show. We'll be right back. Don't forget to pencil The Onda Show in your calendar. The program airs Thursday nights at 7 p.m. and then again on Sundays at 5 p.m. here on CRN Live.
A message from George Lopez.
Today's library is not what you remember. It's even better. Want to research your next vacation? Get homework help? Write a resume? Surf the web? Or maybe you just want to curl up with your favorite book and enjoy some peace and quiet. It's all here. It's all at your library.
A message from the American Library Association's campaign for America's Libraries.
A public service announcement from your friends at CRN Live.
We're back with more of the Onda Show with your host, DeeDee Blase.
This is DeeDee Garcia Blase at the brand new Onda Show, a radio show program that shines a light on Chicanos and Latinos and anybody who's willing to work with our community. And with me today is Fanny Veliz, who is an award-winning filmmaker and actress. She writes, directs, and produces short and feature-length films. She has appeared on television shows such as Southland and independent films like the cult favorite What's Up, Rockers. Fanny is a citizen of both the United States and Venezuela and has created projects which offer new opportunities for Latino Americans to portray human characters with depth and texture beyond the stereotypes that are common in current entertainment. She has received several awards and recognitions for her work. Fanny attended the University of Colorado and is the mother of 2 delightful boys. Her latest project is her award-winning feature film, Homebound, which aims to transform the conversation about Latinos in the media and offers a heartfelt human story about what it means to struggle with real problems in the United States. The film was made possible through crowdfunding campaigns as well as multiple fundraisers. It is currently touring the country with community screenings put together through a platform called TUG. It has screened in 12 major cities, including Phoenix, Arizona, and that's where I personally met Fanny Veliz. Welcome to the show, Fanny.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, I've been following you, and I know that you've been screening in more cities after you had a screening here in Phoenix. Tell us about the journey
that you hosted. You hosted the screening. Thank you so much.
We did it together.
Yeah, I've been screening in a couple more cities, and then I am gearing up to do a college tour, which is my next goal. So right now we're organizing some screenings at colleges. So that's exciting because, I can spread the message, about diversity in the media to, up-and-coming filmmakers and, audiences. People are going to be spending money in the movies. So I love doing that. And now the movie, I don't know if you know, but now the movie is available on iTunes and Amazon and Google Play. So that's exciting.
Right, and how much would a listener of our radio show program, how much would they pay through iTunes or Google Play? And
if they're members of Amazon Prime, it's free. And on iTunes, you can rent it. I think it's only $4.99, or you can buy it for $14.99. And Google Play, I think it's the same. And you can also, order the DVD at the, website, and that's $14.99.
One of the things that you helped make happen was to bring in an actor that you had in your film, Enrique Castillo, and he is the epitome of what a Chicano is. And I just, for the listeners that are out there, I want to underscore that if you have a family situation or a friend who has had cancer, this show that was created by Fanny really draws out the emotion in those types of heartbroken situations. You did such a good job with that, Fanny.
I wanted to create high stakes in the story because, it's about a young man who's really successful in California, and he needed a reason to come home, which is a small town in the middle of nowhere, to leave that life that he had created to take care of his, family, right, and reconnect. So I needed to create a situation that would cause that character to come home. And, so many people are affected by cancer. It's incredible how many, I know people that have battled it and have won, some have lost, and it's just an epidemic. So I wanted to, let's take on this issue of cancer, but let's not make it about the disease at all. It's all about the relationships and the way people react around those situations, and it's heart-wrenching, but it's also light, and it's because, there's life is that, you laugh, you cry, you love, So that's where that came from. And we wanted to bring I really didn't want it to be like over the head, this whole cancer situation. We talked about it a little bit in the movie. Enrique and I, we had a conversation. We chose what kind of cancer he has, and if you're from the medical sector, you probably know because he shows some of the symptoms that are really specific. But we didn't want to delve into that. It was all about family, like the relationships. And people go see the film, they're so touched, and so many people would tell me, I lost my father from cancer, I lost my mother from cancer, or I lost my mother, or I had to move back home because of an illness, or it's incredible. Every single screening, I've had people come to me and say, this is my life. And people of all backgrounds, Latinos are not, all socioeconomical levels, so many people have gone through something similar. It's incredible. Mm-hmm.
I was really surprised to hear that you collaborated a little bit with Lourdes Colon, who is also a guest on this show. And, I mean, I just think that you're doing a dynamic job in working with other women. I've seen you work with Bella Hernandez, and I think that you're on the right track.
Thank you. Yeah, I think, DeeDee, to me, somebody else's success is my success, especially if it's in the community. Because the more Latinos, especially Latinas, in the entertainment business specifically, because that's where I live, that are successful, it actually reflects in the entire community. Because unfortunately, it's not fair, but that's just the way that it is. If a Latino-themed movie does well, it reflects in the whole community, and if it does poorly, it affects the entire community. You don't see that with, a mainstream quote-unquote movie. You don't see if a movie does poorly in the box office, it's going to affect the entire Caucasian Anglo community. They keep making movies, but with us, it's really, really it's really, really important that we support each other because there are so few Latino-themed movies out there that when one fails, it reflects on all of us. So this is why I support as many people as I can. I truly believe that their success is my success and vice versa.
One of the things about your movie, Homebound, that is now available on Google Play, iTunes, and Amazon, is you portrayed one of the main characters, Enrique, as a veteran and a small business owner. And you know as well as I do that so many of our gente have served in the United States Armed Forces, and not enough is said about that in entertainment. So I applaud you to that regard.
Thank you so much. And that, I have to give it to Enrique. It was his choice. I hadn't really written him as that, but when he brought that up and I was reading the script, like, oh my gosh, I got shivers. I got so moved because it's like, it just took it to another level, And then, of course, I did some research about it, and he's really committed to telling the stories of veterans, so he's dedicated his life to that. So when he brought that on, I was like, wow, that is so beautiful, because I want to tell stories that highlight our contributions, and what bigger contribution that the fact that so many Latinos, Mexicans, Chicanos have served. And, in the town where we filmed, at Campo, Texas, was the first Mexican American to receive, what do you call it, Purple?
Purple Heart?
Purple Heart was from that city. It was just perfect when he brought it on. So we have to thank him for that. And
now, after the screening that you had a quick Q&A. One of the things that grabbed my attention is, and I know you're working on a script about domestic violence. We just had a guest on the show who overcame sexual assault. She's a survivor. Her name is Liliana Patricia Solis, and I just kind of, I think about what you said about, how you want to continue to create a good message for women who overcome domestic violence and assault. You want to talk a little bit about that future project?
Yeah, I'm writing a script. It's about love. We're taking love for granted. We abuse it. And I definitely want to delve into the domestic violence issue because I'm a survivor myself. And what I went through that I don't think has been explored in film or television is, the whole stigma and the people around you, the way, because it's an uncomfortable thing, they don't want to get involved or they don't believe you or things like that. Sometimes the victim ends up being chastised, So I'm definitely, that's what I'm writing on, and I'm taking my time because it's such a delicate issue, that's affected so many women, including myself. So, and it's also very personal. So I want to write it in a way that is not over the head, that people can really just relate to it and just get it, So that's my next one that I'm working on. Yet, hopefully by the end of the year I'll have a script.
Oh, good. I definitely want to, and looking forward to that. There was this woman, I can't remember if it was last year or the year before, but a woman, she was an undocumented immigrant woman who was beat to death, and she was pregnant. And I suspected, a bunch of women suspect that her abuser took advantage of the fact that she was undocumented, and she would be afraid to report domestic abuse to the authorities in fear of deportation. But
even the system is not set up. I had a restraining order against this person and he kept violating it, and there was nothing the authorities could do. They're like, unless he's at your house with a gun, we can't do anything. So I want to expose stuff like that I wasn't aware of, because it wasn't an issue that I cared about. I mean, I respected it, but it was not something that I cared about until I'm the one that's affected. So that's something to look at, too, Their issues are important, like immigration, like domestic violence, like, veterans getting deported, things that I didn't know until I, started this journey that I love to explore in film because that's the medium that I use, and because it reaches a lot of people. And that's the kind of filmmaker I am. I consider myself an activist like you. And, I use my art to bring awareness to things that matter.
Very cool. I'm looking at your website, www.fannyveliz.com, SANNYVELIZ.com. How can a person get a hold of you in order to have your movie screened in a theater close to them?
There's a contact button there. It's pretty accessible. They can write me a message, or they can also write to me through my Gmail account. It's Criolla Films, which is a little complicated. It's CRIOLLA Films, movies, @gmail.com. And, or they can go to homeboundmovie.com and click contact.
Yep, and I see your Twitter handle is @FannyVeliz, and the Facebook contact is Homebound the Movie, or they can reach you at Fanny Veliz, and you have your own actor-director page there, too.
Yeah, I'm pretty accessible, So just call me. Reach out.
Thank you for appearing on the show. Do you have anything that you want to say that you want to leave the audience with, Fanny?
No, I want to thank you so much for doing this show. I know you just started. I've listened to a few of your shows, and I'm really proud of you, and thank you for giving us a platform because it's really important. It's really hard to make films, and to get the word out there is the most important thing. So I just want to really thank you, and I invite everybody to go to the movie's website. It's www.homeboundmovie.com and order your DVD or watch it on iTunes and tell everybody you know.
What's going on?
I'm dying, son. The cancer came back. I don't want anybody to know.
Hello, familia!
I don't want pity. I've had enough of that in my life.
I didn't think you'd be here.
Why wouldn't I?
I don't think I can do this. Go on pretending that everything's fine.
Well, what else is there to do?
No. I didn't mean to scare you. It won't happen again.
She's here. And that boy? He's a good boy.
She's your employee, not family.
And you are? I had to beg you to come here.
Now that my dad's dying, you want to suck him dry, don't you? I can't believe after everything that happened to Mom, you still let drunks like that in here.
Don't you tell me how to run my bar.
I'm going to burn that place down when it's all said and done.
Let's continue the program in a minute. You're listening to The Onda Show. We'll be right back. Don't Don't forget to pencil the Onda Show in your calendar. The program airs Thursday nights at 7 p.m. and then again on Sundays at 5 p.m. here on CRN Live. Need to get away for a while to rejuvenate? Then consider a vacation house in the beautiful East Valley of Mesa, Arizona, near a variety of water parks, rivers, and lakes, and other types of entertainment to wash the stress away. Just go to www.redmountainstay.com to get started on your vacation arrangements. Or call 480-436-9005 to reserve your stay. Also a great idea for Arizona residents wanting a vacay stay. Corporate housing is also available. Ask your representative for more details. We're back with more of the Onda Show with your host, DeeDee Blase.
This is DeeDee Garcia Blase with the Onda Show, a radio show program that shines the light on Chicanos and Latinos and anybody who's willing to work with our community. And with me today is Cindy Vela, who was born and raised in Brownsville, Texas. Cindy Vela is a beautiful actress, model, and she also plays the saxophone. Vela attended the University of Texas in Brownsville and became lead saxophonist in both the top jazz and concert bands. She participated at national and international concerts and competitions in the U.S. and Mexico, and was even given the opportunity to open shows for legends Tito Puente, Cecilia Cruz, and Jose Feliciano. It was in college that Cindy started modeling and appearing in local commercials, yet she continued her schooling and received a Bachelor of Arts in Music Education. She went on to become a middle school band director and helped her students win various awards, all while teaching them the importance of education and the arts. Vela moved to Los Angeles to continue the work she had started in entertainment. As a print model, Cindy can be seen on covers and spreads for magazines and in international print ads for major companies. In Los Angeles, Vela met esteemed fashion designer Jimena Valero, and started a great collaboration between the two. Cindy was quickly asked to become a fit model and a runaway model for Valero's fashion shows and was named the face of Jimena Valero Fashion. As an actress, Cindy has appeared on stage, television, and film. Stage works include Father of the Bride, Let the Eagle Fly, and The Wonderful Ice Cream Suit, the latter of which was written and produced by award-winning author Ray Bradbury of Fahrenheit 451. This year, Cindy can be seen in an urban Latino film called La Guapa, an inspirational coming-of-age story inspired by true events called Endgame with Rico Rodriguez and Efren Ramirez, and on the comedy film It's God with Tommy Chong, Rebecca Stewart, and Luke Perry. And I wanted to give a shout-out to Kenneth Castillo, who is a film director for La Guapa, and introduced me to this beautiful young lady, Cindy Vela. Welcome to the show, Cindy.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, like you said, I was born and raised in Texas, and I was a saxophonist. I knew that I loved music and I loved to perform, and my father helped by gifting me a saxophone when I was young, and it was the most wonderful, beautiful thing for me to have this piece of instrument that I could perform with and experiment with as far as emotionally, and it made a world of difference on where I wanted to go in life. And as I continued playing, I knew that was something that was really important to me. Getting on stage, performing in front of many, many people, and it was nerve-wracking but fun, and it was a great learning experience at the same time. I loved it. Again, I graduated from the UT system in Texas, and wanted to transfer over what I loved about music and the arts to other students, and I did, and it was a rewarding experience. I ended up, after a few years, coming to LA just to visit, and it was at that time, I was here for 5 days, that I ended up signing with an agent, and they said, if you want to act, we'd love to represent you. And at that moment, I had to make a very quick decision about what I wanted to do, and if it was something I wanted to try. And I thought, well, I have my degree. I did everything that I set out to do so far in my life. Why not try something different and give my whole heart to it and see what comes of it and succeed in it? And
that's what I'm setting out here to do. I've moved to LA. I've been here for a few years, and I love every minute of it.
Mm-hmm. You were in Thou Shalt Not Kill, a film directed by Kenneth Castillo. Tell us a little bit about it.
Sure. I met Kenny Castillo, who is an amazing man and a great director, I believe, who was doing everything on his own. This was a self-sufficient man who knew what he wanted and set out to do it with no qualms and quips about it, which was great. Something that you see, that you hear, but not too often, of people succeeding in it. And I was really inspired by him. And I had auditioned for a couple of his films before, and it wasn't the right time, and it wasn't exactly what I was, what he had seen me for. The roles, anyway, weren't exactly what I was fit for. And he had written the script, originally entitled La Guapa, and he came up to me and said, Cindy, I'd really love for you to read for this role, if you can just take a look at the script and let me know what you think. Sure enough, I read it, and how could I not? It was very exciting. I played the role of Gabby Pensiero, a woman who wants a family, who loves her husband, and more than anything wants to fulfill this family life that she knows that not only she deserves, but he deserves. And they have to go through amazing odds to find that, and it happens in not a way that you would expect.
Is this your first film that you've acted in?
No, it wasn't my first film. I had done a film a couple years earlier when I was first starting out called Desdemona, a Love Story, and in the same way, it was a person who was tortured because she wasn't able to fulfill what she needed to fulfill, or that she wanted to fulfill. And so it wasn't my first drama, and I think it's very difficult to tap into that. But once you do, you get completely into the character, and those mannerisms are what I believe a person will go through, because it's not just being a character, but being a human being. You're not just playing a character, but you're playing a person, and this person has their own mannerisms and thoughts and ideas that might not be conveyed through just the speaking aspect of it. It's also how they are, and that has to come out when I play that particular character.
Do you ever miss Texas?
Oh, yes, I do, and especially the food. Oh, my goodness gracious. There's so much food out there that I miss so much that I can't find here in California, carne guisada being one of them. But I do miss, my grandmother's tamales, and of course my mom's cooking. So there are a lot of things I miss. And aside from that, of course, I miss my family. I have a very large family based in South Texas, and I do miss them quite a bit.
Well, how can a person reach you? How can they follow you? Do you have? Can you give us some social media information?
Yes, anybody can find me on. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. I have a website, www.cindyvela.com, where I have most of my information as far as my acting, anything that comes up, modeling. I do a lot of modeling as well. So all that information, all those photos and music aspects can also be found at cindyvela.com. And it's a wonderful experience being able to work with all these people and have something to show for it, not just the personal, emotional experience of it, but whether it be through art or through a song or a commercial or a photo or video. It's really special to go into the entertainment industry and to work with other people and do some amazing creative work. And with the Latinos out there, the culture out there that we have, and what people are doing is absolutely astounded. And I'm grateful to be a part of it and to have met the people that I have so far.
What is that dream, that one serious dream in your heart, in your mind? What do you want to do? What do you see yourself doing in 5 to 10 years?
I see myself acting and being happy with my work, continuing to make my work better. I think that a person never stops learning. So to say in 10 years that I would have learned everything, I would not be happy with that. I want to continue learning. I want to get better. I want to be in this industry not only filming, being behind the camera, but also in front of the camera, doing both, perhaps writing, maybe even getting into directing, and there's so many different aspects about it. And because the door is so open right now, I can't limit myself on what I see myself doing. All I know is that I'll be happy. I'll be happy and healthy in whatever I do in this industry, because there's just so much that I want to try and to do and to succeed at that I want to look back in 10 years and said, yes, I'm doing all these things that I wanted to do, that I wanted to try doing, and I'm succeeding in it. And I think that to me would be happiness.
Where can a person see you in Thou Shalt Not Kill? How can a person get that movie and watch you?
You can find it. I believe it's airing on television right now. It's also available for purchase, as well as the other films I've been in. You can go on to, again, my website to see what I've done, and you can find those. Again, purchase the DVDs or find them on TV. They're airing. I don't know what networks they're airing on. You never know what networks they're airing on. So you can definitely find that on TV or online.
Is there a message out there that you want to share?
There's some great things that we can learn as a culture, and especially now with the tides changing, with people opening their eyes that we're not just a silent group, that we're a very large group of so many different people, from the color of our skin to the way our hair is, our eye color, the way we speak, the accents that we have. We're all one people from different countries, and when people see that, see us uniting and saying, hey, we love the different aspects of our individuality, but we're also standing here united to say that we won't be looked down upon, we won't be passed over, and we won't be forgotten. We're still here, and we're getting bigger by the day. Whether people see that or not, we're going to make it known, and I'm glad that we're at a point in our lives that it's being shown, that people can see that. With in every aspect of the industry, not just entertainment, but in all life. We have Iñárritu, Alfonso Cuarón, Guillermo del Toro, Robert Rodriguez, who's doing great, who has gotten his own network and airing his own shows. We have amazing instrumentalists. Sheila E. comes to mind. I remember when I was young, looking up and hearing that music. We have people who have already been on the show, like Fanny, who are doing her own thing and taking a stand for what she believes in and showing great promise, because not only has she done it, but she's continuing to do it despite any odds that may come ahead of her. We have fashion designers like Jimena Valero, who's coming up, and again doing her own thing. I love the way that our culture has continued to make us believe in ourselves, to make us aspire to be the best that we can be, no matter where we come from. And I love that. I love that. I love that people are seeing that it's out there, and they can see it and know that any Latino, any Chicano, whoever you are, wherever you are, that you can make a difference. You can make a difference in your own life, and you don't ever limit yourself on what you believe you can be, because you never know unless you try. And if you don't try, then you'll never know.
Well, I want to thank you for your time, and thank you for appearing on the Que Onda show, and I hope to follow your career.
Oh, thank you so much. And again, same for you. I'm very proud about where you are and what you're doing, and thankful to be on your show, because this is about not only about you, but what you're doing for others and showcasing others, and that's a very beautiful thing. So thank you, and again, I extend that same thing to you.
How are you doing with your savings? Alma, Alma, how much money do you have left? Alma.
Déjame en paz, Becky.
Ay, Alma, me estás poniendo el gorro. I can't handle you anymore. You have not left this house in over a year. And all you do is mope around in that bathrobe all day. And you do nothing, and it's absolutely depressing. And when I get home, I have to take care of everything.
You've been listening to The Onda Show with your host, DeeDee Blase. This program is the property of Star Sound Music Group, Hollywood, California, and is available for syndication by emailing your request to affiliates@kondashow.com or call 213-283-STAR. Educational institutions, please call to see if your school qualifies for free licensing on your campus radio station. This program was produced by DeeDee Garcia Blase. Executive producer is Frank Miranda. Imaging by David Tyler. Thank you for listening to The Onda Show.